here with Laura Masini Pieralli, and I'm very happy to be here today. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming.
No, truly. So, Laura, the reason that I'm here today is because a little while ago, a mutual friend connected us and said you were doing a fundraiser. And as an event planner, I usually try to avoid weddings and fundraisers, but I actually thought that this was really great. And so, first of all, tell me a little bit about what you do here at Burnsview.
Okay, so I am a department head for English, and I teach English 12, English 9, and I also teach a really neat course called Social Justice 12. So at the beginning of the year, I wanted to create an opportunity for the grade 12 English classes to learn how to write narrative essays, but then also have a meaningful and authentic reason for writing. Because oftentimes if you write for a prompt and it's only for my eyes, and it's not as motivating to learn the craft. So in teaching Social Justice 12, I thought, well, if we write narrative essays, perhaps we could publish them and then use the proceeds from the narrative essays, the anthology of essays, to go towards a benevolent community cause. And the cause that we decided on was inspired by, sadly, the summer and the prevalence of domestic abuse in our community. I was really saddened by all the stories. Not that they're new, this is a long-standing social injustice, but I felt it really needed to be addressed, and I felt that students could really bring a community together to do that. So Social Justice 12, we do talk about women's issues, and we talk about local poverty, and altogether I contacted a organization called Atira, who looks, well, they're an organization that supports women and children, and one of their under the umbrella organization that they run a second stage transition house called Kumse, and it's for women and children who have been impacted by domestic violence. And I took my Social Justice 12 class there on a field trip to understand the whys and the realities, and to get a better picture of what goes on outside of our classroom. And then we looked at the playground and we saw that it was indeed a sad reflection of their hardship. And I talked to my class and I said, hey, you know what? Let's make a difference. Let's give these kids a better playground to play on. They deserve it. So
let me just recap. So first of all, you're teaching English and social justice, and thank you for doing that, because I think that certainly there is nothing like social justice when I was in high school, and I think it's unfortunate that we have to teach it, but also really important that we do. Second of all, you got students, and we know how much students love English, to write emotive narrative essays. So that's really awesome. And now you are putting them into an anthology, which is called Enriching, which will become actually a book, which will be sold as a fundraiser, with all the funds going towards this playground.
That's right. So 100% of the proceeds of this anthology are going to rebuilding a playground on site for the kids at Kumse. And it's not just the kids at Kumse, it's actually in a BC housing development called Highlands. So it'll benefit a lot of children. And 100% of the proceeds, so the minimum donation for the anthology is $25. The playground does cost $30,000 to rebuild, but we're committed, and we hope to gather community together to do that.
Which I think is really great. So you're going to gather the community together here starting on March. And I say starting because I think that this is going to be an ongoing project to achieve everything that you want to do. But on March 3rd at Burnsview Junior High and High School, see, I'm going back in time to when it was just a junior high. But now that my children go here, I should know it's a high school. So it's going to be here on March 3rd. And one of the things that I think that you've done that's really interesting is really understanding the power that men have in the community to put an end to domestic violence. And so maybe you could just tell us a little bit about how you were inspired to have that perspective on this issue.
Absolutely. So part of Social Justice 12 is learning about why is domestic violence such a prevalent social injustice in our community, and that's where men come in. It's inspired by a fellow by the name of Jackson Katz and his TED Talk that is called Violence, It's a Men's Issue. And although this is not a competition between genders at all, I think men, women, and children, we live together. we need to bring men in the community who are not perpetrators of violence, and most men are not, together with our young men who are in high school and who will be leaving high school, so that they have accessible, tangible role models to learn from. And that is typically not something that we see. So this event is not only to fundraise to help the women and children who have been impacted by domestic abuse, but it is also an opportunity for men in the community to be validated, to be recognized as leaders and role models for our young men and young women. I think it's important that they're there. And I really do appreciate the men who are compassionate, benevolent, and leaders in our community. So,
and there's so many of them, as you said, it takes a community, and it really is men, women, and children coming together. So what can they expect when they come on March 3rd?
Oh, it'll be a fun event. We are rolling out the red carpet for our guests. Literally rolling out the red carpet. And again, this is supposed to be a fun community event inspired by a not so fun topic, but coming together, we will have the students who are hosting. So the Social Justice 12 and many of the English 12 students will be there to make the guests feel at home. We're going to have Delta's Domestic Violence Unit and Victim Services are going to be present as well. Atira, the organization, is going to be present, and Habitat Systems, who is the playground manufacturer that we're working with, is going to be there, and they're going to have storyboards. So actually the guests at the community is going to have a say on what playground goes in.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes, so they get to vote. They'll have storyboards that they can look at, go back to when you were a child, and then vote on the type of playground that you think these little kids would love to have.
See, I think that's awesome. I think overall that this is a great community event. So can anyone attend?
Absolutely. We would, the more the merrier. We would love for people to come and get together with our high school students and to bridge that gap between what happens in the classroom and what happens outside of school. I think that is also really important to me. There's also a silent auction, a 50-50 draw. It's catered. You'll have some snacks. You get to meet the students. We have 3-foot scissors that are going to, you bet, cut the ribbon, unveil our anthology. There's going to be a lot of community organizations present. So.
And the community organizations rely on the community to come. So I think that this is a great opportunity to bring everyone together. And I am really excited to come and be part of the night. And so we're going to encourage everybody in our community and in surrounding communities to come on out and hang out with us and spend some time and just really enjoy and appreciate the opportunity to be great role models for the future of our community. So thank you very much. We are going to share this as widely as we can because we want people to come out March 3rd, 6 o'clock, Burnsview on 112th Street in Delta, and it's going to be great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.